You know, some grown-ass women basically act like they're 12 because it's cute. One of the biggest red flags you need to watch out for as a heterosexual male is women who are leaning into that, like, I'm just a girl, girl math, girl hands. Don't blame me. Don't get mad at me. I'm just a girl. You need to stay the fuck away from that. This, like, auto pedophilia shit is so fucking off-put. Like, obviously there's jokes, you know? I'm just a girl post sometimes when I fuck up. If I'm cooking and I fuck it up, of course I'm going to be like, I'm just a boy. What do you want from me? Like, obviously, right? But like, there's a difference between lifestyling that shit and doing a joke. Just a little guy. I'm just a little birthday boy. Yeah, exactly. What's your opinion on fanfic that really focuses on romance between character? I don't know. I think that fanfic for a lot of people is the refuge of the emotionally tormented and mentally stunted. But like, if I say that, people get mad at me. So I don't know. It's kind of like how the millennial age range is filled with people whose media consumption is almost exclusively limited to like children's TV series that are for all ages or whatever. Like, listen, I like Steven Universe, but if the only shit you be watching is like Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, She-Ra, The Owl House, like if your entire slate of media consumption is literally children's media that's also like, you know, entertaining to watch as an adult, there's nothing wrong with watching it, but like, you know, it's a bit of mental stunting taking place there, I think, probably. Wait, is The Amazing Digital Circus for children? Yes. TADC absolutely counts in this regard, for sure. With what I was saying. I thought the show would get super crazy, but it's mostly fine. TDC just ended up being a kids' show. Listen, there's nothing wrong with watching media made for children. I reject that. I don't think that it's bad to play Super Mario games because they were primarily made for children. I don't think it's bad to watch like The Last Airbender or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I just think that if you almost exclusively limit your media consumption to stuff that's like made for people whose brains are developing, you're keeping yours from developing, you know? How's it for children? The Amazing Digital Circus? What do you think the average age of the fan base is? Like it might not, you're graduating to The Amazing Digital Circus from SpongeBob. So from your perspective, it's adult media. But like, it's not. Like you've gone from Bluey to TADC. And like, it's a step up in the average age of the audience for sure. But it's children's media. It's like teen media? I'd say teen media, yeah. Not like Bluey, Dora the Explorer, children's media. It's just a big problem with like the auto retardation, the obsession with self-infantilizing. It used to be people were adults when they were 18. When you were 18, you were like a man on your own. You were an adult. But now it's like people in their 30s are like, you know what I mean? I feel like it used to be once you were 18, you weren't reading fucking The Very Hungry Caterpillar anymore. But nowadays we're making like The Very Hungry Caterpillar edgy Tumblr edition, and it's like written at a 10-year-old level, but adults like it too, and that's like all media now. I'm not saying like Marvel movies are also mentally stunted for sure, but you know, at least those are broad summer action blockbusters. I also feel like the Marvel movies don't really have that many pretenses to maturity. It's like Michael Bay's Transformers, you know? It's like, sure, death happens, but it's a fucking dumb kids movie or whatever. Whereas like, there's a pretense of maturity that you get from stuff like Steven Universe that sometimes convinces people they're engaging with like the highest form of media, which is probably not good, you know? Ever watched Steven Universe, Lamau? Well, it's pretty good. Are Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul for teenagers? No, they are not. But they're also not like very challenging media. They're very good. They're great. They're phenomenal TV shows. But like, I wouldn't use them as a benchmark for the maturity of your media consumption. Like you watch them and they're very, very good. They're well constructed. But you know, I don't think that like watching them means that you've reached a new benchmark for mental maturity. What do you consider challenging media? I don't want to get into the challenging media discourse again. It's difficult, and also it leads to a lot of like circular discussions. I think that as a general rule, you should try to consume media from a bunch of different places, and you should try to engage with it. And I think that it's normal and should be expected to engage with a piece of media and to be confused and to feel like you don't quite get it. And you should then strive to get it. Like, you should try to watch something or read something or listen to something, and like, if you don't get it at first, rather than just going like, I guess it's not as good for me as Steven Universe or whatever, it's not as comforting to me as fan fiction that keeps retreading the same romantic relationship over and over and over again. Like, instead, try to get it. Like, learn to appreciate why people get it, you know? There's a reason why Shakespeare's been around for centuries. There's a reason why Dostoevsky and Dickens or whatever are appreciated today, you know? Like, Dickens isn't crazy, super duper ultra high reading level or whatever. It's more like, just try to stay open with what you engage with, you know? I think one of the reasons why Eggers is so well loved right now is because he's hitting a really critical like intersection between challenging media and really, really easy to engage with at the same time. Like, The Lighthouse is a perfect example of a movie that is like great for broadening your scope in terms of like the language of filmmaking and what you're interested in. It's very high quality. It's great, very fun to watch, but it's also not hard to watch. So it's like a great intro to that, you know? It's kind of like, it's like intro media to like level 2 cinema or whatever. And I'm not like an expert on this shit, man, but that's how I feel when I watch it, right? When I watch Nosferatu. When I watched Nosferatu, I was thinking cinema, 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 cinema the whole time, because like it was. But also I was thinking like, this is a great movie and it's very easy to get into. Like, even if you're not that versed on the historical references or the literature or whatever, you can watch this and understand it pretty well. You can get what's going on. You can identify the themes. You can follow with it. But also, like, this is not like Marvel slop, right? This is obviously higher quality filmmaking here. So it's like great intro work to that, you know? Thoughts on why I'm saying Sinners was a normie's masterpiece? I haven't seen it. I thought Sinners was like a solid 4 out of 5 for me personally. I liked a lot of Sinners. There were some really high points. Obviously, like the music scene was beautiful. I really appreciated, I guess, the complexity of the allegory of having the vampire be be Irish, right? Like, I think that introduces an interesting interplay where like the obvious bit would have been for the vampire to be like a white southern genteel aristocrat, but he wasn't. I think it's interesting. Like, there was an allure to the vampirism there. I think that was interesting. I think that most of it, bit by bit, was a little bit rote, a little bit banal. Sorry, I should say, like, there were high points in the movie that were so high that I wish it brought up the lower ends a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, the highest points of the movie made me wish that they put a little bit more thought into some of the more basic character moments, you know, maybe like integrated a little bit more like nuance into the development of these characters, or maybe like introduced us to some more challenging elements to their character, because like the high points were really, really high. So that was my thinking on it. Like, there were some parts of Sinners where I was never bored, but I was thinking like, this could be more, you know? So it was a very good movie. 4 out of 5 is great. I have not seen one but after another. I know I should. I didn't know Sinners was vampires. Watch the fucking movie. Sorry, I had this whole talk over girl cock tastes better. It's like, it's literally just cock. I'm sorry. I've sucked off the guys and girls. It's literally just dick. Get over yourselves. Whatever. Let the mouth feel. Yeah, dicks feel good in your mouth. Like, in general. Why else would people suck them? It's like, just in general. Yeah, just try to challenge, try to challenge what you engage with a little bit. It's not about like being the smartest smarty pants. It's just, you have no idea what you might like. I had no idea how much I loved period pieces until I started watching Eggers films. And I understand they're still fantastical. They're not like real period pieces, but there's something very like engaging to me about that degree of like fiddly historical accuracy. Or like an obsession with period accuracy in a film. It's very interesting to me. It makes me feel like closer to the people in the past. You know what I mean? Because like, to me, like the idea of like a 13th century French peasant in my mind is like an alien. Like, what the fuck are you like, totally different. But then you see like a really faithful, brought to life realization of like what it must have been like for them, or even like a glimpse into it. It doesn't have to be like a perfect historical piece. It just has to be an earnest effort at reaching into that point in history and pulling truth out of it. That's what artists do. Artists don't recreate reality. Artists take a conceptual truth and they draw it out and they give it to you, right? They develop on it. You can have something that's totally fictional but still speaks to an underlying truth about an experience or an era. Yeah, it's very good. Jurassic Park was real. Jurassic Park was real. Yeah, that shit really did happen. Are people in YouTube chat mad at me? At least one person is. I'm a fart-sniffing suburbanite. Vaush watches like independent French films. I really don't. I really, really don't. You can't get this defensive from me saying like your media consumption should not be entirely relegated to children's cartoons and fan fiction. You can't be doing that. Streamer tells working class people how to enjoy their lives, part 55. Oh my fucking God. You can't tell these bitches anything. You tell a white bitch something and they're like, they can't, they got CPTSD, ADHD, fucking Alzheimer's. They got celiacs or whatever. Everyone's got celiacs now. What's a movie I really did? You know what? I really don't watch movies that often. You know what I remember watching multiple times and really enjoying it? Birdman. Birdman was a really good movie. If I watched it again, would I still feel that way? Yeah, probably. Probably, yeah. I like Birdman a lot. Have you seen Obsessions? Yeah, Obsession's fine. What's it about? Michael Keaton. Keaton, not Keane, sorry. Decent, I'd say high 7. Low 8. Low 8. Come on. No, I have not seen The Backrooms. I'll see The Backrooms eventually. It's been so long since I've seen a movie or a TV show that was so good it really, like, really gripped me, you know? Maybe from anime, for me, it would be Dungeon Meshi. Dungeon Meshi, the manga, actual 10 out of 10 for me. Genuinely like a 10 out of 10. What a perfectly constructed manga. In every element, on the minor stuff, on like the moment beat by beat stuff, the character dynamics, the interactions, the way the art serves the story and the tone, and then the broader stuff like the themes and the story, like it's from its narrative to its thematic considerations to the likability of the characters. I feel like Ryoko Koi knew exactly what she wanted to do, and then she just did it, and it was perfect. It was like a perfect follow through on what the clear intent of it was. And it's not like super challenging media or whatever. It doesn't have to be a fucking independent French film to be super, super good. Like the complexity and the quality of things don't necessarily align. Like Banjo-Kazooie is like a 10 out of 10 game, but it's not very complex. No, I have not seen Interview with a Vampire. And I haven't read Witch Hat Atelier. No, I have not seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. Oh yeah, I gotta go. Why the fuck are there more donos? If you haven't read My Brother's Husband, you totally should. 10 out of 10 queer rep and manga. Okay, just a reminder, like, I don't care if something's woke or whatever. I want it to be good. Like, queer rep, I don't care about queer rep. I'll read 10,000 manga made by neo-Nazis if they're high quality over one mid-woke story. It's, you know, it's... Oh my God, Vaush. It's true. People are like, oh, queer rap. Oh, it's so lefty. Like I've never cared. I've never cared in my life. And I feel it a little bit insulting sometimes when people say that because it's like, oh, well, you're going to like it because it's woke. I don't care if it's woke, dog. I'm woke. The wokeness is coming from in here, from my beating heart. You're showing up to the sun and you're saying, hey man, you'd love this shit. Check it out. It's a light bulb. It emits lumens. I'm the lumens. I don't grade other things by the lumens they emit. I'm providing the lumens. They're illuminated in my light. They could emit no lumens at all, but they would still be lit because I'm illuminating them. Sorry. I'm sure it's good. I'll give it a look. Is it media designed for consumption and capitalism versus art designed by the vision and ideals of the artist? I mean, to an extent, sure, but like something can be a passion project and also like total slop. Fan fiction is a great example of this. Fan fiction is often like meant to pander. It's like the emotional equivalent of like sitting in a poopy diaper. It's like, I can't let go of this narrative. I need to re-experience it over and over because I'm emotionally attached to these characters or scenarios. Not all fan fiction is bad, but oh my fucking God, is the average... I'm not saying all fan fiction is bad. And there's nothing with writing it either. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be the only stuff you consume. Okay? That's all. That's all.